I was all she had. I was all she had, because nobody else believed her. She asked me, "You will leave me, Mama? You will leave me?" "I believe you. Anything you say." Yeah. I was there from day one with my granddaughter, who is now dead at 6.5 years old. I know that the child that I bore, Alexis, had let my granddaughter be killed. My granddaughter died from a perforated intestines. A magnet was found in her stomach. Alexis took my granddaughter on for a physical 7 days before we had court. When court came, the judge said that I was to have visits. The blood drained from Alexis. A month later, my granddaughter was dead. Ever since my granddaughter was 2 years old, she's been scared of the man that Alexis let in her life. Alexis kept leaving my granddaughter with this boyfriend while she go to work. I asked my grandbaby, "What's the matter?" All the time. "What's the matter? What happened?" She said, "He squeezed up her hand and he hit her in the head." And then I picked up my grandbaby one day from school. She took her coat off and I saw the marks on her neck. And so I said, "What happened?" And I turned on my video. I said, "What happened to your neck?" She says, Alexis' boyfriend choked me because I don't go to sleep. And I go to sleep because I don't want to be dead. He did what?
He choked me. He punched me in the face.
Who punched you in the face? When?
In the morning.
I've never coached her. I asked who, what, where, why. I called ACS about my granddaughter, but never about my grandson. Alexis let it happen, and she's culpable for the death of my granddaughter.
First of all, let me say how very sorry we are that you lost your daughter.
Thank you.
I can't even imagine. But you're here today because your mother thinks that you, and possibly your fiancé, deliberately killed your daughter.
Yes, Steve. And I don't know why she would think that. I've loved my daughter since the day she was born. Since the first day I laid eyes on her, she was perfect. And I don't understand. I don't know. I don't understand why she would even think this. I still don't know why. She hasn't even called me to see if I'm okay. She hasn't called me to see if I'm okay. She hasn't called me to even say I'm sorry for what happened.
How long ago did this happen?
In October, so a couple months ago.
And since your daughter died, she's never called?
She hasn't called me. She hasn't texted me. She hasn't done anything.
Before this happened with your daughter, how was your relationship with your mother?
It was tumultuous. You know, my mother, she says that I abuse my daughter, but I always say it takes an abuser to know one.
So
you know?
You say that your mother abused you?
Yes, she abused me, and she would beat me and for everything, like strip down naked and make us lay face down on the bed. And she would beat us, and she would degrade us. And so when I finally decided to break out on my own with my daughter, I said, it's time for me to be an adult. It's time for me to go and start my life. And I feel like that's where everything just, like this whole thing just started.
And you say that you never abused
No, absolutely not. Like, I didn't have to. My daughter was not one of those children that, was disrespectful or disobedient. She was perfect. That's all I can say, and I love it. And she made me who I am. She made me the person, and she gave me the patience that I have today. And I would never put my hands on her. She taught me patience.
Did you tell your mom that your daughter passed away?
There were other family members that notified her. I was obviously couldn't
And she
even
never
talk.
reached out to you after that?
No.
Did you have a funeral for your daughter? Or?
I did, and even that was kind of thwarted because where I live, if you make 2 separate funeral arrangements, they will hold the body. So she actually made funeral arrangements behind my back. And I had got the call from the ME saying, oh, well, since she made these arrangements and you made these arrangements, we can't release her body. And the stipulations for releasing her body was I had to give my mother an ounce of my daughter's ashes and an hour with her body alone, which I denied.
Okay. Was your fiancé living with you around the time your daughter passed?
Yes.
Was he ever suspected of harming your daughter?
My mother always suspected him. I'm not sure why. He's never...
You never saw him abuse your daughter?
Absolutely not.
He wouldn't make the young girl, your daughter, swallow magnets?
I'm the disciplinarian in my family. When it came to my daughter, I did the disciplining.
But do you think your daughter, if it was occurring behind your back, do you think she would have told you?
Absolutely.
Because you heard the tape, right?
Yes.
And your daughter is supposedly telling your mother, hey, he punched me, he did this in the morning. Do you believe that she said that to you?
No, I don't believe it. Simply because other family members have heard this story and they've actually told me that my mother has coached her. That's where I got it from, because I didn't think this. Like, of course, as a mother, if my child tells me something, the first thing I did was go to my fiance, like, hey, listen, what's going on? Because if I find out if it's anything different, it's a problem.
Right.
But he told me, I've never done it. I asked her by myself. Different family members have asked her. The only person that's heard this story is my mother.
I have to say about the gloves in my baby's
Why
stomach.
gloves?
Gloves in the magnet.
Why haven't you called me?
Gloves in the
Why
magnet.
haven't you asked me?
The
Why
DA.
haven't you asked me?
Why do I have to ask you what?
Me
I'm
because
not
I'm
calling
your
you.
child.
Stay with that
Why?
man. Stay with that
Why?
man.
Like you stayed with
you
your
chose
man.
a man.
Like you abused us. Like you
Abused
chose
what?
a man over us.
You graduated high school with college credits. Graduated high school with college
couldn't even
credits.
finish college.
My son,
Are you crazy?
I finished college.
You're an
I got 2 degrees.
abuser. You abused us.
You're a murderer.
You're a
murderer.
I hate you.
Yeah, I hate you too. You bitch. And
You a bitch.
Let me tell you something. You know how to die.
I'm sorry. I'm just tired of tired.
6 years I done put into that little girl. Disney World. 13
my
states.
daughter, but you
5-star
destroyed your
hotel.
children. We are alive and you still destroyed us.
Are you serious?
Are you kidding?
She got her own.
You're still on drugs.
You don't
Tell
deserve
Steve on
your
kids.
kids.
Still,
Yeah.
tell Steve
You
how
got
took
bum.
my
You got a
child
bum
across
from
state
me.
lines to
My
sell
husband
drugs.
at work
You
right now.
convict.
Do you really believe
I say she
that
let it happen.
she would kill her own
She
daughter?
let it happen.
Why would she let it happen?
Because she's into that man. She chose the man over the baby.
Really?
Textbook, boyfriend kills kid that ain't his.
What if she passes
The
away?
baby was in her care.
You're going to lose not only a granddaughter, you're going to lose a daughter. in
Let
your
me
life.
tell you something.
You're gonna
I've
lose
been
2
lost my
people.
daughter when she did with that man. And I even thought highly of him. I thought he was helping her in the beginning.
The police obviously did an investigation into this.
The police did not do no investigation. All they did was question her and would cut a detective. They work for Fort Apache. They don't care.
Here's where I'm having a difficulty grasping. That you seem very cold to your daughter and uncaring towards the pain that she's suffering from losing her child.
Because the abuse went on for so long. So long. I had videos for years.
So your daughter abused your daughter for years?
My daughter did not abuse her for years. She let it happen.
Okay. Why
And
do you think that is?
Because of that man. Because it happened while I was right on the phone.
Did you ever abuse your daughter?
Abuse her? No. No. What I said to her was, my mother skipped me with the behind and all the breasts and stuff and the soprano voice and gave it to her. I'm saying I ain't got no butt, no nothing, and she passed me by and gave her all the good stuff.
Okay, let's bring her back out.
You can't be a good
grandmother.
I'm
Disney
trying.
World.
You couldn't have been. You're a terrible mother.
13
Okay,
states.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Starbucks.
Let's see talk. Stop.
Are you kidding?
I mean, you're talking about Starbucks when we lost a child here?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
come on.
I wasn't no
Stop.
crappy. Okay, I wasn't crappy. I know that.
Stop. Okay. Alexis, you came here and we touched on two different things.
Yes, sir.
Physical abuse and cause of death. First up is physical abuse. We asked you, did you at any time physically abuse your 6-year-old daughter by choking, beating, and punching that caused her injury or pain? You answered no. Did you at any time force feed a magnet to your 6-year-old daughter? You answered no. Are you the sole person responsible for the cause of death to your daughter? You answered no. Results came back the same to each one of those 3 questions, and it came back that you told the truth.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Yeah, it's quiet.
TV show.
Y'all hear that?
I got DAs to talk
Okay.
about.
So
I
then-
got DAs to talk
then-
to. This is a TV show.
So then we go on to give you cause of death.
Yes.
Did you ever personally observe and watch your fiancé physically abuse your 6-year-old daughter by hitting, choking, beating, and spanking that caused her injury or pain? You answered no. Do you have personal knowledge of your fiancé force-feeding a magnet to your 6-year-old daughter? You answered no. Do you know for sure who caused the death of your daughter? You answered no. The result of those 3 questions came back the same, and it came back that Alexis told the truth.
Out of here. What's up? What's up now? What's up now?
It's okay. It's
What's
okay.
up? What's up? What's up?
You want
What's
to
up?
smoke?
He's a cop.
You want
Don't
to
worry about
smoke
that.
because she knocking over chairs.
Yeah,
We can have
yeah.
a smoke. Because I got smoke
So
for
what?
everybody. My
All right,
grandbaby is
come
gone.
find me. You can't even
She
come
had
find me.
enough this. She look
You me as a woman. You
Get yourself
Yeah,
somewhere.
come
Go
find me.
somewhere.
Come see me.
Go.
Listen, you know, everybody's life is different, everybody's family is different. But I certainly would expect a different reaction from a mother to her daughter who lost a child.
Hey.
No matter what differences there are, I would think that there would be some emotion of sympathy, of
You never called me to see if I'm okay. Like, what?
trying,
People see, like,
trying to ease the pain of your daughter.
I did
But-
have a little butterflies in my stomach about her because I did bore her.
Okay.
But then
But this
it
behavior,
left because
this
she keeps doing
behavior
this.
is not normal.
It
It seems so far gone, and in a span of a few minutes, all these allegations and back and forth.
She's shoving chairs.
I don't. Well, she shoved the chair. So
Yeah, I
what?
shoved
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't
Yeah, I
shove
know,
her.
Steve. Everything she do is okay. It's okay, Steve.
I didn't do that.
If I lost
Okay.
my child, I probably
Yeah.
would rip a building down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Sorry, Steve. I'm
That's
so
all right,
sorry.
that's all right.
Please forgive me.
No, it's fine. I can't. I would think that when you lose a little girl like that, that most families would pull together and be there for each other. This is not the case. And I'm sorry for you because it's bad enough that you have to live with the pain of losing that beautiful little girl, but then this really horrible relationship you have with your mother. I understand you have another child.
Yes.
And I would say, you know, focus on that
That's the only thing
child.
that keep me going.
Protect, right. That's what keeps you going.
If I didn't have him, I don't know where I would be.
Yeah, believe me, I get that. So, you know, do everything you can to protect that little guy.
Thank you.
Maybe someday this gets better. I doubt it, but
Listen.
life goes on.
I can't spend the rest of my life fixing something that I didn't break.
That's right.
She's broken, and it wasn't my fault.
Good luck
Thank you
to
so
you.
much,
Thanks for
Steve.
coming
Thank you
out.
so much. Thank you for everything.
I called you, Steve, for help because I watch your show all the time.
Somebody's going to watch this and say, you know what? She was brave enough to do that. I can do that too. Do you want to tell your story on the Steve Wilkos Show? Visit the link in the description to get my help.